tomorrow. That's what we're going to be hearing tomorrow. And I'm not going to be enjoying that. So please, St. Louis, because if they lose and knock out Pittsburgh, Wes won't come to the show at all. And we won't have to listen to him about his Pittsburgh Steelers because they stink right now. The only hope he's got is that the Penguins do something.
Yeah, that's what he'll say. He'll say, well, Pittsburgh isn't playing well. Pirates gave it their all. I'll go for the Penguins.
That's what he'll move on to. As soon as the Pirates get knocked out, he'll be talking about the Penguins. He's not going to be talking about the Steelers much. He'll be talking about the Penguins. How great is that going to be? That's what we need to happen tonight. I cannot.
Well, I saw today on Facebook, Wes posted a huge picture of a Pittsburgh Pirate. He says, Game 5 tonight, folks. Let's go, Bucks.
That's great, Dr. Myth. Dr. Myth goes, oh, dear God, I hope the Pirates lose in epic proportions so he can go. We're not winning to the We Are Family tune. I'm totally with you, Dr. Myth. I don't want to, because if he does come in and win, I'm going to have to give him the props on it.
Oh, God.
You know? If he does come in, I'm going to have to give him, hey, you noticed we haven't had the chance to play taps yet, right?
Yeah.
Because your team's still alive, and his team is still alive. You know, I can't wait till one of your teams goes down. You know?
In the other series,
but I'm kind of rooting for Boston now to get to the World Series, so it's nice and freaking cold when they're playing in it, and snowstorm and all that good crap happens.
In the other series, of course, for the Atlanta Braves, a team that had had a very good year, that always seems that every time the Braves get to the playoffs, they just can't win the big games. Well, on Monday, that turned out to be the case, and I know you and Kenny have discussed this, Jeff, but another tough loss for Atlanta, a team that hasn't won the World Series since '95. You're saying it doesn't bother you because you do want the Dodgers in the World Series, even though you're a Braves fan. What did you think of Monday night's game? Dodger Stadium was going crazy when Juan Uribe hit that.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did not watch it. You know what? I watched the Dodgers. I watched the last night's game and the night before. I watched the two. I watched pretty much the games yesterday during the day and last night. I was pretty much all over baseball all day yesterday. You know, that's what I was doing yesterday. But I did not watch the Atlanta game because that was on Monday night, right?
Yeah, it was on Monday night.
I didn't watch it. Hey, dude, you know where I'm at on Monday night, man? I'm watching wrestling. That's where I'm at.
For the Dodgers, they win the game. And the last time the Dodgers were in the National League Championship Series, you got to go back to 2009. They lost in 5 games to the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, if they play the Cardinals, they've had postseason there because the Cardinals have beaten the Dodgers a couple of times in the playoffs. The question I got to ask you, Jeff, who matches up well against the Dodgers, St. Louis or Pittsburgh?
St. Louis. St. Louis does because St. Louis has some pitching and St. Louis has some hitters. So St. Louis does. I think St. Louis matches up a lot better than to the Dodgers than Pittsburgh does. I think Pittsburgh's going to get annihilated by the Dodgers if they move ahead. It'll be a sweep 4-0. I think St. Louis has got a chance because they got some pitchers that can compete with their pitchers, and they got bats on that team, St. Louis. So I give it to St. Louis being a better matchup.
True, Jeff, because when you think about it too, the Cardinals have had some better postseason history against the Dodgers. The Pirates and the Dodgers, from looking it up and doing research about it, I don't think they've ever played at all in the postseason. So what kind of experience?
Well, you know the Pirates haven't because the Pirates haven't been there since '92, right?
Yeah, 21 years. But of course, I don't think they've ever played the Dodgers before in a postseason series.
No, I don't think Clemente's ever played against the Dodgers, has he?
Or Pop Stargell.
No, I think they have.
Or Steroid Boy.
Oh, don't even go there with me with that.
and finally, of course, yes,
last
series.
You know what? You want to know something? How funny would it be if it was the Detroit Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates?
In the World Series?
In the World Series, because the last time the Pittsburgh Pirates did anything was when Jim Leyland was their manager, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how funny would it be if the Detroit Tigers, who Jim Leyland is the manager of right now, would face that Pittsburgh. Now, that would be a great story. Okay?
It would be great for Sports World Radio and all the
No, it would not be
ESPN, Fox
great. No,
Sports,
it
and
would
everywhere.
not be. It would not be great for Sports World Radio because this host over here would not be happy to see the Pittsburgh Pirates in the World Series. So no, it would not be. But it would be a great story for Major League Baseball. The last time the Pittsburgh Pirates made the playoffs, Jim Leyland was the manager of that team, right?
Yep, and they lost in 7 games to the Atlanta Braves.
But the last time they made the playoffs, Jim Leyland was the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, how ironic it is, 20-some-odd years later, he's facing the Jim Leyland. They're facing Jim Leyland's Detroit Tigers. Now,
well,
you think,
another
now let me ask you a question.
factor.
Let me ask you a question. You think if that happens, you think when Jim Leyland goes out to Pittsburgh, instead of him being booed, you think they'd give him a clap, a hand, an ovation instead of getting booed? What do you think?
I don't know, Jeff, how they would respond to Jim Leyland. That's a really good question. I just don't have an answer for that.
If I can't get the Dodgers and Detroit in the World Series, then I want to see Detroit and Pittsburgh. Just for that factor alone.
And here's another big factor.
It would kill me because I don't want to see Pittsburgh in the World Series, but just for that factor alone. That's a great Major League Baseball story right there in itself. Okay, Sean, and if it happens, I called it here first.
Well, Jeff, I can admit this to you, buddy, okay? The factor here, too, is if that happens, and I know how you feel about ifs, okay? But if that happens, one team would end a World Series drought because Detroit has not won a World Series since 1984. That was when Sparky Anderson was manager of the team, and they had Kirk Gibson.
Too bad
Pirates haven't won it since 79.
Too bad Sparky Anderson isn't freaking managing the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, how great would that be? How great would that have been, huh?
Yeah, that would have been amazing. And one manager against his former team, which was Detroit, and of course he was. But
I'm telling you, that's a great Major League baseball story. I said basketball because I see the Lakers on my TV. That's a great Major League Baseball story. The last time the Pittsburgh Pirates made the playoffs, Jim Leyland was their manager. Now Jim Leyland is the Detroit Tigers manager facing the old Pittsburgh Pirates that he was the last manager taking. Man, come on. That's a great story. You don't think Major League Basketball, I did it again. You don't think Major League Baseball is going to eat that up? The announcers
they'll eat it up.
They'll
make it a huge, gigantic story.
Yeah, of course they will. That's why we need St. Louis to win tonight.
You don't want to hear it from Wes because you know he's going to post on our walls for Facebook. He does it a lot. I've seen him post pictures of the Pirates on my wall, and even Penguins or Steelers.
I can't wait to see the Pirate pictures go away after tonight. I really can't. It's got to stop. I'm getting tired of it.
Oh, shush it, Gio. I heard what you were saying. I hope Boston free. Yeah, they turn blue, fall off. Gio, you're just upset because the Yankees aren't in the playoffs. So cut that out.
Who cares? They got their guy in that game for another 4 years. I need St. Louis to play St. Louis baseball and win tonight, please. Please. I don't need to see Wes at the show. In fact, I want Wes to show up whether they win or lose tomorrow. Because if the Pirates win, they move on. If the Pirates lose, you're going to be hearing taps tomorrow right at the beginning of the show for Wes. I got to go and find it. Did you find it for me yet?
Oh, taps?
Yeah, I think you did, right?
Oh, yeah, they got a lot of taps on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I got to go and find it. So, hey, let's get to an update. This update is brought to you by BuyHuntingEquipment.com. For all your camping, fishing, hiking, and outdoor gear, and anything you need, head on over to BuyHuntingEquipment.com. That's BuyHuntingEquipment.com. Take it away, Sean, man, with the only update of the day.
Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio. This is the update. We have reached the bottom of the hour. It is 7:30. 1 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 4:31 p.m. on the West. NFL tomorrow night on the NFL Network. The New York Football Giants are at the Chicago Bears. The Giants know very well they would like to end a 5-game losing streak. They are winless. They're taking on a Bears team which is 3-2 and 2-1 at home. And we also move into the NBA, as everybody knows, with the schedule for tonight, as we are in exhibition mode here. You've got the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Toronto Raptors, and also, can't believe I'm going to get used to saying this, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Say it with pride, brother. Say it with pride. The New Orleans Pelicans.
The New Orleans Pelicans at the Orlando Magic. It's still taking me time to get used to that.
Yeah, baby, you're going to be doing it all year long.
The New York Knicks taking on the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Go Celtics.
Go Knicks.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about last year losing the playoff series against them. The Dallas Mavericks at the Memphis Grizzlies.
Hey, are you gonna become a Nets fan now?
Nope.
Because of Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett over there?
Nope, I bleed the green and white there, buddy. I wouldn't jump ship and go for the Brooklyn Nets. Are you out of your mind? They're thinking that they're going to take over the city of New York and outplay the Knicks.
Why not? You jump shit from the Jets to the Pats.
Nope, sticking with the Celtics. If you look at my room, everybody, you'll see Celtics all over my room.
Please, I don't want to look at your room.
With the championship banners and the Celtic pride.
I don't need to look at your room. Thank you very much.
CSKA Moscow. It's a foreign team from Russia taking on the Spurs. The Phoenix Suns at the Portland Trail Blazers. We move into the NHL. 3 games on tap for tonight. It will be the Chicago Blackhawks, St. Louis Blues, Montreal Canadiens at the Flames, and the Ottawa Senators at the Los Angeles Kings. Those are the 3 hockey games that are on tap for tonight. We move to Major League Baseball. Let's start in the National League Divisional Series. Tonight at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time, Game 5, Pittsburgh Pirates at St. Louis Cardinals. Whoever wins will move on and play the Los Angeles Dodgers for the 2013 National League Championship Series. Whoever loses goes home and has to start rebuilding for next year. In the other series, of course, we all know the Dodgers are just sitting and waiting for the outcome of this series as the National League Championship Series. Just want to let everybody know the television situation. The NLCS will be played on TBS. The American League Championship Series will be played on Fox Sports. And speaking of which, one team has moved on and is waiting for the outcome, and that would be the Boston Red Sox. Last night, the Boston Red Sox, they finished off the Tampa Bay Rays to go to the American League Championship Series. The last time the Red Sox went to the American League Championship Series was 2008. And they prevailed last night from worst to first, after what a difference a year makes. In the other series, it's at the Oakland Athletics. Game 5 is tomorrow night in Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland. That's a lot going on right now. The other news to report, the prosecution seeks the Hernandez situation as get ready for a long process about this whole investigation and the murder trial of Aaron Hernandez. Snyder says the Redskins' name is who we are, as the debate continues that the Redskins possibly looking at changing their name or not changing their name.
Nah, they ain't going to do it, man.
Can't wait till we get into that topic after the update. And speaking of which, that is the update for Sports World Radio. I am Sean Mann, your update man. Now back to the host of Sports World Radio, Jeff Eskow. Take it away, Jeff.
That update was brought to you by BuyHuntingEquipment.com. For all your camping, fishing, hiking, and outdoor gear, head on over to BuyHuntingEquipment.com. That's